1 week until the Masters. But before the Masters, we have to talk about the Valero Open. Just had Valspar. They really should change one of the two names. Like, we're going to have to change one of them. Can't have two Vs like that. A little bit confusing there. How was your Valspar Open, Sam?
Well, my Valspar Open was 2 weeks ago, but the Texas Children's Open was okay for me. Yet another runner up for me. Yeah. Taylor Moore this time, just absolutely brutal. One of these weeks I'll hit someone, but we might as well start keeping a tally. We're now 5 weeks in a row of a runner-up finish on someone I bet outright. But it's okay. It's okay. We move right along. How about you?
Well, I can't even remember the name of the tournament last week, so obviously it went really well. I'm probably going to use Valspar to try to push some of my narratives, so I think that's why
there you go.
That ended up coming out. But we're on to Valero, 1 week before the Masters, TPC San Antonio, one of the longest courses on tour.
The Corey Connors Open.
What was that?
The Corey Connors Open.
The Corey Connors Open.
That's what they should call it.
That's Hoffman Open. I've heard all these different things so far this week. Really requires a lot of longer iron accuracy with your approach shots. What did you look at this week?
Yeah, so I definitely looked at a lot of longer iron play, a lot of around the green play as well. These are tiny greens. Players are hitting greens at this course at one of the lowest averages on the tour schedule. So you have to be really pinpoint, obviously. And if you're not pinpoint with your irons, you got to be good around the green. So that was a huge thing for me. You're going to see that pretty commonly in the people that I picked this week as well. But I looked at comp course history a lot closer than I normally do as well. And I pretty typically use comp courses every week to factor into my betting. But this week was a really big week for me in using them because there's not a lot of like perfect matches for TPC San Antonio, but there are a lot of courses that are very tangentially close to this course. So, I mean, courses like Corrales Quinta Cana, Silverado, which hosts the Fortinet, TPC Craig Ranch, Colonial Country Club, Golf Club of Houston. All of those are pretty similar for me. I'm looking at a lot of Texas kind of staples in weather and scoring and guys who are just kind of comfortable in more windy conditions. It looks like we're going to have just as much wind as we had last week in Houston. So that's going to be a big thing as well this week.
You're like the weatherman now is what it's coming down to. When it comes to Texas, Sam
Maybe that should be my new job.
Is the weatherman movie. It might weatherman wagon. It kind of goes pretty well. This course is a second shot course. One of these that we've seen. It rewards a lot of these, the best iron players. So let's get into it. Let's go right into. Actually, before we go, top of the board, we've got Rory. Are you touching Rory this week? Plus 800.
No, Rory's only played the Valero Open once, and I can't remember if it was last year or 2022, but he missed the cut. This is just not the place that you're going to touch a lot of these top guys.
Yeah.
The top guys that are playing this week, most of them are going to use this tournament as a springboard to what they really care about, which is obviously the Masters next weekend. So I wouldn't expect to see them, push a lot of effort into contending heavily this week, unless it's Ludwig Aberg, because he's just got no idea what to expect because he's never played at a major before. So that'll be really interesting to see. I'm interested to see what you think about Ludwig. I would be on him if the number wasn't so goddamn low. But guys like Rory, Jordan, Morikawa, I'm off this week.
I think at the top of the board, I like Hideki. I think if you're going to look at these guys, like one of the guys that's just in good form, like he's not using this to be like, oh, let me prep for the Masters. Already in fantastic form. Really hard to find a knock on him. So anyone that's behind Hideki, I'm here for it. I understand why. We'll jump into these smasher passes. Sticking with the top of the board, smasher pass, Max Homa, top 20 plus 130.
So remember when I said that comp courses were going to play a big role for me? Silverado hosts the Fortinet, which Max is the back-to-back current champion of the Fortinet. But despite all of that, Homa is if you guys follow PGA Splits 101, Ron Kloss, who works for Best Birds Golf, one of the best data analysts that we see in our little, corner of the internet. He put out a list of guys who are playing both the Valero and Masters next week, and where they have ranked in 2016 playing the week before a major. So obviously 4 weeks every year, tracking the events that they play. And Max Homa is the 7th worst golfer among 23 golfers playing Valero and Masters next week when ranking how they performed the week before a major since 2013. He's got an average finish of 32nd. He's only gained about half a stroke on average. Just kind of isn't quite there. He's had a little bit of an up and down season so far for me.
Yeah.
And, I am wondering how much the Fortinet comp course history will play into this. This is, a pretty decently similar course to Silverado. It shares the same length, tree line hazards, lack of penal rough, but it does have tight fairways where Valero and TPC San Antonio has a little bit wider fairways. But I'm not really weighting it too heavily in this scenario. I do think that Max is going to use this to try and just narrow down some things in his golf game. Like the other guys on the top board, it's a rare case where I'm not taking the comp course history into too much effect. I am going to pass this despite getting a nice number at plus 130.
Yeah, I'm torn because I think immediately off the bat when you sent this to me, my thought was pass because he's been, for lack of a better term, ass off the tee. It has not been great. His par 4 has also been very stinky this year. His approach game has been decent, but he's kind of been all over the place. Last time we saw him, he was T64 at the Players. Before that, T8, T16. So there's things to like with things not to like. So he kind of falls into that example of someone that's probably going to use this to gear up for the Masters. His putting's been good, so that's something that we can look at. But top 20. I don't know if I could do it at top 20 at plus 1.
He doesn't have good event history here either. He's never finished in the top 40 in any of his 3 appearances here previously. So definitely a little bit of a worry there. It's kind of measuring just literally how good is the comp course history versus, just bad form currently and, lack of good course history.
I'm never out on Homa because I think Homa is one of the guys that really could, any week could just put it all together and win, obviously. But so it's hard for me to pass on him. If this number were to change a little bit, I don't know what I would need. What would you need to take it for a top 20?
I think I would need it to be at least plus 150.
Yeah. And then we start sounding like brats because it's like, is it that big of a difference? Is that horrible? All right. We'll go to the next one here. Smash or pass. Harris English top 30 plus 110.
All right. I love me some good Harris English here. This is a course that and kind of a setup that really seems to work out for Harris English here. He's been absolutely dialed with his irons lately, and he's really solid off the tee. So I do think this is a good place for Harris English. I think, taking it on its merits, I think I'm obligated to say smash here right away for this.
Oh, yeah. I'm smashing Harris English here, especially top 30 plus 110 is crazy. He's gained on approach in the last 3, 18th in greens and regulation, something that I looked at a lot for this tournament. Also passes the vibe check. Jaeger, who won on Sunday, was English's high school teammate. Love a vibe check. So, bucket hat. Now we got the high school. I like the vibe check there. He finished 19. He's just been improving almost this entire year. No worse than 21st in his last 4. Top 8 off the tee, around the green putting total in the last 8. So there's a lot to like about English. I think top 30, very nice. I don't know what the top 20 number is, but plus 110 on a top 30 is lovely.
Yeah, I'm with that here. I know the last couple of times we've taken Harris English on the show, we've gotten burned, but this feels like a get right spot for him. and it's going to be, a nice week for him before he goes to Augusta next week.
Top 30. We just need top 30.
30.
And his driving is usually not the best, but it's been decent.
It's gotten better. He's gained lately,
off
right?
the tee and accuracy, like right now. So we're in a good spot, I think, for Harris English. Top 30, not asking for much. Jumping back into another top 30. Smash or pass, KH Lee, top 30, plus 190.
All right. I will give a little spoiler. This is my dad bet of the week.
Okay.
And it wasn't when I sent it to you, but it ended up being my dad bet of the week when I started to weigh everything. This, KH Lee's nickname is TPC KH Lee. Guy loves his TPC courses. Obviously, TPC Byron Nelson or TPC Craig Ranch, host of the Byron Nelson. He's won that event twice in the last 4 years, and it is a Texas course. Guy absolutely loves the weather down here in Texas. Solid form, 2 top 10s in his last 4 tournaments, T31 last week in Houston. Guy's absolutely been firing it up right now. And his calling card is always going to be the around the green game and putting. That's where his strengths are. But he has gained off the tee and in ball striking in each of his last 7 rounds. Yeah. So he's starting to put some nice form together right now. And again, all we need is the top 30 out of him. But I kind of love his outright as well. I believe it's 75 to 1 right now. And you can absolutely, get ahead with a guy like KH Lee, who has the potential to go on some nice runs and has really looked good lately for him.
Yeah, I think I'm not out on this by any means. I don't know if I were to pass it, like greens regulation is probably what comes to mind, because I think that will ultimately be a downfall. But
his scrambling is really good. It makes up for it.
Scrambling's really good, so he can probably make it. You know what? I will smash this one. I think it's a good call, especially you look at like those past 7 rounds have been very clean for things that you normally worry about him with.
Yep.
All right, let's do smash or pass. Spieth top 20 plus 120.
Smash.
Yeah.
I can't go away. We can't do it. We're weak-willed people. Look, another Texas course. Guy's absolute nails down here. He comes up clean for everything you want out of him. He's just so good with his wedges. He's so good from distance. But it's really just the wedges.
His approach is ass cheeks right now.
So bad.
Fucking booty cheeks bad right now. It's really not good. But that's the only place that he is losing strokes. So if there's ever a time for Spieth to kind of I don't know, stop making your life so fucking difficult and just play the golf that we all know that you can. Yeah, I think happy medium is taking him top 20 here. Add the vibe check with it's Texas. I kind of like first round leader for him also. 40 to 1 is kind of a nice number. Yeah. I'm going to smash it here at top 20 plus 120 for a guy like Spieth, who is what is he to win? 20 to 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no way I'm taking a 20 to 1 on him right now with the way he's been playing. What has he got? 2 miscuts in a row right now?
He's all over the place. He either is in the top. He's either placing very
at the top or at the bottom.
Yeah. Or not making it. That's what concerns me. Is this year it's a lot of not making it.
Yeah, and that's what kind of worries me about the top 20. But if he has a good week, then we're going to be pissed that we didn't take him outright.
I know.
But I will say top 20 is probably where I would look to go if I were to bet Spieth the week before the Masters. Again, this is going to end up being a nice tune-up week, I think, for a lot of guys at that top. And, that would be the only reason that I would go against this right now. But, for the purposes of being civil and not going off on another Spieth rant for how much money he's cost me this year, I will say smash.
His approach is so bad. I actually don't. I'm going to smash this, but to everyone listening, I don't encourage literally anyone to take this bet. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to preface it with, please don't take this bet. I'm going to do it. But there's not a lot to other than Texas and everything but approach, whatever. So
every week,
I don't know that I'm encouraging anyone to bet this.
every week you'll see that copy pasta going around of like the guy you think is going to win, the guy you think, the guy you think is going to do really well, the guy you're fading. And then it's guy I'm playing that you shouldn't be.
Every week.
And it's Jordan Spieth.
Every single week. Every single week, without a doubt. Let's get to the next one here. Smash or pass. Aaron Baddeley, top 40, plus 170.
Now, you said this is, I said that this is the Corey Connors Open. You said that this is the Charlie Hoffman Open.
It's also
I submit to you the Aaron Baddeley Open. 13 appearances here, only one missed cut. Hasn't missed a cut since his debut in 2025 years ago.
That's crazy.
At this point, that guy is so freaking old, man. I can't believe he's been playing since he's 18 years old. That's
how old is he?
43.
That's 43. Not that old. What if there might be some viewers? There might be some viewers of that age.
Okay, I'm being ageist. Fine.
They are. That is old for the tour.
Pretty freaking old for the PGA Tour.
Oh,
he has 3 top 5 finishes here.
He celebrated a birthday very recently. There's another vibe.
Oh, birthday narrative. We fucking love it. 3 top 5 finishes here. He has only 3 finishes outside of the top 30 in those 13 tries as well. He's actually having a quietly decent season. Despite the 3 missed cuts that he's interspars, he has 5 top 40s and a few top 20s as well. Like, Aaron Baddeley has been featured on some front pages this year. I don't think we've seen Aaron Baddeley on a front page of a leaderboard in like 5 years. So that's been kind of weird to see. Like, the guy's chipping and putting is going to carry him absolutely everywhere. He hits it like 240 off the tee. So like, whatever, but he'll get there. Like, he'll get, we've seen plotters win this tournament all the time.
Yeah.
So I'm not worried about him and the length of this course and the fact that he hits it, just about as far as my dad does these days. So I'm going with Aaron Baddeley here. Top 40 plus 170 smash.
Again, it's just top 40. Like, and I think,
it's
what
just a top 40.
Fucks me up with these top 40s is Shez Reavie. Like, because it's Shez Reavie's fault. I think
it's so attainable.
No, I'm so attached, and I'm so, I'm never going to get over it, because just for weeks, months, this guy was just getting top 40 at like plus 200 to plus 150, and he was hitting it every single week. So top 40 is not that hard. Like, it's not impossible if you're doing things like decent. And you look at Aaron Baddeley, last 8, top 25 in strokes gained around the green and putting. You talked about the historicals here. There's things to like. So I was totally out when you sent this one. I was like, enough. Like, we're not doing that. Let's not do it. But
I sent you a text this morning that said I must have been drinking last night to include Aaron Baddeley in this, but I saw it and I'm like,
It's not horrible. Not horrible. I can appreciate it. Okay, next one here. Alex Norén.
Oh, God.
Top 30 plus 100 smash or pass.
I'm inclined to say pass on this simply because I'm not an Alex Norén fan. I don't know. Like, plus 100, it's a little more expensive. Like, he does kind of do things,
he's decently playing well.
He is, yeah.
He's playing well. He's had 1 appearance here.
Okay.
Finished 15th, gained 3 strokes on approach that appearance.
Okay.
Can't tell. I've talked about approach quite a bit. He's chasing a Masters spot. He's in good form. There's the vibe check. He has 3 consecutive top 20s. And last week he played well. He gained strokes in all 4 categories. He improved too his ball striking day to day. I mean, plus 100 just kind of feels like, I hate when people say this. I'm going to say it kind of feels, I don't want to say free. I just jinxed him. But plus 100 isn't bad. Maybe he might be more of a DFS.
I'm going to bet him and miss the cut.
Play. Yeah, well, whatever. See, now that makes me want to bet badly to miss the cut because he does have history.
Oh, spite? Spite now?
Yeah.
You're going to spite me? Okay. That's where we're going?
I think it's a good bet here. I think he's in such good form. And I looked at a lot of these guys, especially when it comes to approach. So I'm in on Alex Norén. You can pass all you want.
I will pass. I'm an Alex Norén hater for, I don't know why. I think I used to bet him when he was playing the Honda Classic back in the day, and like he just sucked. So I stopped liking him. But I'm just like a hater. Like every time his name comes up, I'm like, that guy's so overrated.
Yeah.
If you're watching this, I don't mean any of this.
Hopefully he's not watching it. Let's do quad Ds. What is your one and done for this week?
So my one and done for this week is Tom Kim. Really like it. The number was at 40 when I originally took it, and then I quickly cashed it out and got 50-1 when it dropped to 50-1 a couple hours later. I believe it's still there. 4 events the week before playing in a major, Tom Kim averages 1.78 strokes gained per round on average, which is the 4th most of the 23 golfers that are in that sample size. And he's got an average finish of 15th, which ranks 3rd best. So really strong from him. And kind of a little funny anecdote, the last golfer who had to withdraw due to illness from the Players, they went on to win their very next stroke play start. Jon Rahm did it, and now Tom Kim's going to do it.
Yeah, because Jon Rahm and Tom Kim are very similar.
Very, very similar golfers. What, you don't see it? I see it.
Might pass the vibe check. I'll give it a vibe check. It's totally fine.
There you go. I perfectly see it in the game. Plays really well in windy and like blustery conditions. Like he's got a low apex on the ball, and he played really well at the Scottish and British Opens last year, T6, T2. So I really like his approach in like the Texas wins. He's a Texas resident now. So I'm really into it. His wedges have been absolutely phenomenal, but his longer irons are really where he like shines. All green when you look at those. 15th from 200 out, 18th from 175 out, 21st from 150 out, and then he's into the top 15 as well from 200 plus. So I'm really there with all of his longer iron plays as well. He just seems like a player that is really starting to really find his form. He hasn't played exactly all that well in 2023 so far, which I can understand people getting a little bit, off of him for, but really do like it here. This is a course that he shouldn't have really any trouble with at all.
Tom Kim's also another one of the guys where, like, granted, yes, anyone could week to week, but not really. And Tom Kim, I think, is someone that if he put it all together, he could win. I am not going to get cute this week. I'm just going to have my one and done be the player that I think is in the most well-rounded form, and that's Hideki. There's not an area that you can knock him, like I said earlier. So I'm going with Hideki. I will note that anytime I take Hideki, it never goes well, but I don't.
Oh, good.
I don't foresee myself, other than maybe the Masters, I don't foresee myself picking him for a one and done, maybe the rest of the season. So I do want to use him at some point, and I think this is a good opportunity to use him.
I like it. I mean, I do think that Hideki is playing really well, and I don't think Hideki falls into that category of truly elite guys that are only using this tournament as a tune-up in that top percentage of guys. So I really kind of do like it a lot.
Hideki just fucking plays golf. That's what Hideki does. Hideki goes to the tournaments, doesn't talk to anyone, just does his thing, plays golf.
He Shohei's it. He literally Shohei's it.
He doesn't want to
just does his thing.
He's got his translator without, maybe he's betting that's not the golf union. But I'm telling you, like, Hideki just like puts his head down, plays golf, and when he's playing well, he fucking plays well. So I'm going to take Hideki for my done this week. What is your dad bet of the week?
My dad bet of the week is that KH Lee bet. We'll quickly go back and interface on that. Just absolutely dimes up these TPC courses. I think TPC San Antonio is not going to be too difficult of a course for him. He's on a great run of form right now. He's obviously won twice at a big comp course here, TPC Craig Ranch, Byron Nelson. So I'm really with it. And I do think that he's going to be in the conversation on Sunday.
All right. My dad bet is a guy that keeps like popping up in my model. He was fine in my model this week. Not fantastic, but he's someone that I wanted to find a way to bet, I feel like, for a little bit. Finished T17 last week. His name is Victor Perez. Top 40 plus 150. Around the greens definitely worries me. I'm not going to act like it doesn't, but he also ranks top 20 in approach here, third in greens and regulation. So that's something that I put a little bit more emphasis in. I think some people did this week. His putting is why I can't get past. Like, I'm not betting him a top 20. I'm not going to get there outright. He can't hemorrhage strokes putting, but I don't think top 40 is a lot from him. He's coming in like decent form. Again, top 40 is not a lot. So Victor Perez, top 40 plus 150.
Yeah, I really do. I kind of like that as well. Perez is someone that I think has been in pretty decent form lately. He's definitely, fighting for some FedEx points.
Yeah.
And this will be a good spot for it. I think he's going to come in really under the radar this week.
Absolutely. Do you have a DFS pick for this week?
I do. And you're going to like it because I think we've gone like 3 or 4 shows without talking about this guy.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be the same person as me. Is it Eric Cole?
It is Eric Cole.
I fucking knew it. It's mine too. Listen, it's Eric Cole. He gained 5 shots on approach last week. He ranked 84th in my model. I don't care. I think that this is a good DFS play this week.
It is. It's a terrific DFS play. You see second shot course. The next words that you should think in your head are Eric freaking Cole.
Yeah.
Like this is simple math at this point. The guy was a top 20 merchant last year. Hasn't exactly been there all that much this year, but we've seen splashes of that guy poke all the way through. He should easily be able to be in play for a top placement. If we're looking at top 30, I didn't have it written down, but plus 130 for a top 30, like that's absolutely going to be in play. Going to be in every DFS lineup that I make this week.
If there's ever a time for Eric Cole to kind of like, let's get it together, like keep the ball striking going, like did you get over the hump of whatever the fuck was going on? I feel like this week is the week to do that.
And he's cheap, 7,600. Yeah. He's cheap.
Yeah. He's also a good, if you are playing in my Splash Sports tournament contest for the Valero, he's another one. Like he will definitely be in one of my picks. What is your dart throw?
This is not a dart throw. This dart throw is hitting because he did not have the opportunity to take home his Waste Management Open trophy like he deserved. Charlie Hoffman will take home another Valero Texas Open. This is vibes. It's a vibe bet. It's all vibes for me. Like 47 years old. Age ain't got shit on this guy. I'm going with all the oldies. Eric Cole, old. Charlie Hoffman, old. Aaron Badley, old.
Is Chez Reavie playing this week? Because I think I have to bet on him.
Old.
I
mean, come on. How can you go away from Charlie Hoffman at this point? 17 career starts. He's only had 1 missed cut. It was 2 years ago. Bounces back last year with a nice top 20 or T23. So not really top 20, but top 30. Just has so many good top finishes here. Like the guy is just a pure course horse. And I don't care how old he is. He can be 65 for all I care. I will still bet that man 250, 300 to 1 to win this tournament. Charlie Hoffman, 130 to 1. Like the number sucks because it's Charlie Hoffman at the barrel, but it's fun.
Enjoy that. You're going to enjoy that one, I think, probably on your own. But can you please guess what Chez Reavie is to win the Valero? Do not look. Just guess.
I'm going to guess 225 to 1.
600 to 1.
You just bet that, didn't you?
I'm not going to bet it, but I am tempted.
Well, you're showing some self-control. I respect that.
I am showing self-control. I am going to bet him.
Bet top 40.
Will, yes. This is
appreciate it, Will.
I am going to bet.
What's the top 40 number? What's the number?
300.
Oh my God.
Fucking
Oh,
guys.
yeah.
Fucking guys
Oh
in your
my
Chez
God.
Reavie hate.
Oh my
That's an
God.
awesome number.
Wait, has Chez Reavie ever played this tournament before?
I have no idea. I literally did not.
We're gonna find out, right? Like, I'm gonna look that up. Like,
He didn't
immediately
even
after we get
remotely
off.
pop up in my model, or I would have actually said something. I thought he was
It's gonna be,
doing
like,
like
last.
fine. He's done well the first 2 rounds, kind of like he did last year before he started like he got caught last week, huh? I don't think there's a lot to talk about here. Oh, wait, he was T12 at Valspar. What do we got? Cut. All right. There's not a lot to talk about with Chez Reavie right now. But it's worth it.
Well, I mean, he's middle of the field and like overall proximity, 5th in overall proximity to the hole.
He's fine.
5,400 on DraftKings. I mean, I'm looking.
Okay. Now we got another angle.
I'm looking for some stuff here. Let's go to par 4 efficiency. Let's do a stat breakdown
of Chez
Reavie.
I promise you, there will not be another show that brings him up because you shouldn't talk about him.
Yeah,
he's my
we're psychopaths.
Or king.
We're psychopaths.
King.
Where is he on here? I should be just searching for him. Oh, that's not great. No. All right, we'll move to another metric.
Our point was
another metric.
Yeah. Is there anything? There's probably nothing else to like. His putting's probably not great either.
I'm looking at par 5 efficiency right now for him. That's usually pretty good, right? Off the top of my head.
He hasn't been having a good year though.
No. That's unfortunate.
All right, let's do my dart throw.
Okay.
I legitimately think this guy could win. Like I bet this because I found a better number than I saw when it opened. Akshay, 65-1. Are you fucking kidding
I saw
me?
that.
That's crazy.
I did see that.
FanDuel 65-1. Other books were looking at like 50, 55. It seems like there's quite a few discrepancies because even for his top 40, I saw Bet Rivers has a plus 110 on him, and DK has a minus 120 for the seam. So I don't understand that. His ball striking the past 12 rounds is in the top 10. He's had 9 starts.
I think he was the best ball striker last week, right?
He was ridiculous. He did fantastic. He gained last week 7 strokes on approach and tee to green last week. He's made 5 cuts. So he's had 9 starts, made the cut 5 times. But every time he made the cut, it was top 17 or better. So when he's playing well, he's playing great.
Very boomer bust. He's very boomer bust.
Very boomer bust, but I think he's in a good spot right now. And I guess also like he's around the green fine. That's going to be the knock, but I don't know if it really matters if every green in regulation does. You know what I mean? Like he hits every green in regulation, so like does it really fucking matter?
Yeah, I'm with it. I do like this.
I love it. I'm actually obsessed with it. I also don't it was almost Eric Holt 66-1, but I'd much rather have Akshay 65-1, who's in really good form. Yeah, and I would love to see Akshay at the Masters the next week.
Oh my God, Tom Kim's dropped down to 55-1. Like, why is he moving so much? He opened at 40, and then he dropped to 50. Like
the lines have been moving funny lately. I've noticed.
Oh, who's getting investigated for a regular? God damn it, Hideki! What is your interpreter doing? Exactly. What is Hideki's interpreter doing?
What is happening?
Who is he betting on?
Oh,
Who's he betting on? I need to know who he's betting on. He has info. He's on the ground.
Something's happening. Let's get out of here. You can find the rest of my picks on Pickett. Sam is on there as well. We will add the link to the Splash Sports tier contest. Listen, you guys let Ryan win one of the March Madness ones. They're actually a blast. You only have to pick 6 golfers similar to a DFS style. And we'll get out of here and see you guys. I'll see you Friday and see you next week.
Watch him make it, break it, break it, break it.